We're back for deciding game number 3. Kawaii versus HEHE Forever United. And well, game number 1 was a sudden turnaround by HEHE. Game number 2 was a, wow, what a precision strike by Kawaii. Easy early game, what a start. The first part was pretty much like the ringing bell for like a concert of a lot of kills. And well, the mid game was the perfect follow-up. And then, yeah, 2 Rexes later, HEHE just said GG. Either way, this is Join Dota League Season 4, the playoffs. My name is HeflaTV. Yes, I have to cast today because no one else is there. They are so much slacking. And of course I have DS Swordfish with me. What do you say? Game 2 and now Game 3? What do you say? Favorites?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say honestly, because I mean the game one, HEHE won my heart, but because that was an impressive comeback. But now with Kawaii just wrecking the game two, I don't know if Kawaii can do it again. It got really close to that in game one as well, but HEHE managed to make a comeback. But I don't know if Kawaii can do a similar draft again. Once again, they're banning the axe, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And HEHE is banning the bounty hunter this time. Of course.
I mean, it worked. I mean, it worked.
It was
This
great.
game,
It was great.
like he was forced into another draft, and it didn't seem to suit them. Like the draft was kind of awkward because nothing really worked. The draw in the lane alone didn't work out. The bounty hunter plus the titan hunter just obliterated him twice, even diving the tower like deep and absolutely surviving without any problem. Okay, I'm exaggerating here. He survived with 20 HP, but it doesn't matter. In the end, the bottom line is they survived, ganked him twice, then they had to rotate from originally planned tri-lane. They rotated the Vengeful Spirit in, and it didn't really help. Then in the end, Kawaii just shifted their focus somewhere else. They killed the Invoker besides the first blood also multiple times. The Troll Warlord, he had just amazing farm. He went into the jungle being absolutely off the map for HEHE, not able to gank him, and then he soloed Roshan twice. Well, actually, the second time was just the entire team, yeah, just erasing Roshan from the map. But what stands is that Kawaii just had an amazing game. So, game number 3. We have to say, I mean, for both teams, the playoffs, it's not a joke. It's really about like staying in a division, dropping a division, or being positioned well in a certain division. And of course, Join Dota is coming back with their crazy MLG project, which means more prize pool. Of course, the Division 1 and everything, there will be certain invited teams, also Tier 1 teams joining the entire thing. And I'm not sure if actually the Season 4 will directly qualify into this new Join Dota League that will come with Season 5. But if it's really the case, then of course the positioning right now in the ladder of Join Dota is actually crucial. So let's just pretend it will be that way, and that's how, yeah, teams want to get their hands on it. Either way, we have to look into the draft because we are already deep into it.
Yep. The draft is actually looking quite interesting. Kawaii going for a similar draft, honestly, to the last one. They got the Troll Warlord and the Dazzle from last game, not the bench, but which means insane amount of physical damage. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like that Wave of Terror plus the Shadow Wave is, if they go for the Shadow Wave build again, it's just going to be so much damage. They just need a couple good teamfight ultimates. And somehow, Tyler is still in the pool. I don't understand this, but he's still there. And HEHE, on the other hand, is going for also teamfight oriented with the Witch Doctor and Earthshaker, but I mean, not even half as powerful as Kawaii's draft right now. No synergy, not as much at least.
Yeah, and the funny part is that Kawaii, they're going with the golden informatics rule, never change your running system, because Vengeful Spirit, Troll Warlord, Dazzle, like I mean the Troll Warlord and Dazzle, it seemed to work. Now they claim the Vengeful Spirit for themselves, which was on HEHE's side, but it's a nice synergy with the Troll Warlord, obviously, minus armor plus the magic missile, you mentioned it a bit. We also have another minus armor source by the Dazzle Weave, and now, talking about heals and everything, now the Omni Knight is coming out, which puts, of course, Kawaii in the position that they want a second core, because relying only on the Troll Warlord is, of course, bad news. The Omni Knight is more or less an answer directly on the Faceless Void, because you need that Guardian Angel, like for the Troll Warlock in the Chronosphere. If he's being focused, then of course you can work with the heal, repel, Guardian Angel, and even with the Dazzle, of course, his heals and the Shallow Crave. But still, I think it's too dangerous to put everything on one card, as in the Troll Warlord. They need a second core for sure.
I would agree, but it's just the Titan are still in the pool. They could run it, and they could run him in the offlane position. And it's just, if they don't ban it now, HEHE doesn't ban now, it's just such a succulent, beautiful thing. Because otherwise, HEHE will take it if it's, I don't get it. Like, HEHE can take it still. And that would complete their draft. So since it's not banned, I'm assuming Kawaii is planning on taking it. It's just too powerful a hero.
Yep. And well, Silencer is coming up. It's funny because the pick 3 and 4 on both sides have been a direct answer. I mean, the Troll Warlord was pretty much like the statement, and as an answer came a Faceless Void, where I said like, okay, the Troll Warlord has to be somehow protected. The Omni Knight was the protection they were looking for on top of the Dazzle, and now, of course, with the Silencer, you're pretty much screwed, because like all this protecting the Troll Warlord, it doesn't work out if he gets this combination through. We're looking at a Faceless Void, opening with the Chronosphere, Global Silence on, bam, we have the Witch Doctor doing his work with the Death Ward, bouncing stuff whatsoever, and by the time the Omni Knight and Dazzle, I don't know, even take the word spell in their mouth, it might be that the Troll Warlord is dead. And that's what I see at the moment happening for Kawaii. Of course, it needs execution by HEHE, and they can't be caught out. For example, if the Silencer gets ganked and then they go into a fight, it's just not the real fight. They really need at least the Witch Dog, Faceless, Void, and Silencer combination alive for a team fight. And then I see really bad news for Kawaii.
I think this might be a game where the Yon might want to consider actually going for something like BKB, something of the sort, so he can get off his repels and whatnot. It's actually a consideration for him, Manta style to get the silence off. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna be pretty creative, but I mean he has to. He's gonna be the key guy of this team. He's gonna go for a core role, I'm pretty sure. So he's gonna go for some. He needs to go for some creative item choices to be able to bypass the silence we talk about. But if he does, I think the Faceless Void is pretty countered. And Kawaii has a slight advantage of the draft, I would say, even with a powerful silencer.
Yep, definitely. I mean, right now, it's really about the 5th pick, because right now we have like a sort of situation where he has like a nice fight if they're executed perfectly. No swap out, no Shallow Crave, no heals, no Guardian Angel, no nothing. Whatever is in the Chronosphere is most likely to die. So Kawaii, they need something. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a second core. I wouldn't mind something to gank, for example, the Silencer beforehand. And well, a Night Stalker is coming out. That's our mid hero then, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting hero for sure, I guess. I mean, he works really well with the silence, in the sense that, first of all, he can silence a silencer, so that's true. Second of all, he's pretty good, even with this, even being silenced. He probably uses his Void, he has enough time to use it before the silence, and then afterwards, he can just use it again. It's really one of the only useful spells he has. And the Darkness, he'll do it before the team fight starts anyway. So, I like the pickup. I guess it's a pretty good counter to the silencer. But, yeah, and that's pretty much it, actually.
But you still have to find the initiation. That's the problem. Like, this draft puts Kawaii in a position where they have to find the perfect initiation. Like, a silence on the Faceless Void and getting him through, or a silence on the Silencer. That is what they pretty much need. Or killing the Silencer before you can even think about his global. Now we get a Meepo. And that's something where I'm like, just have a huge question mark. Because the synergy, I don't know, with the Faceless Void is not there. And that puts also the Meepo in a, safe lane farming position. Silencer mid, Faceless Void off lane or something like that. So it's more of a utility Void. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. And no, this is Hava on the Silencer. So we're gonna see someone else on mid then. Like, now I'm really confused. He did it. Like, I'm completely baffled about this draft. And wow. I hate I hate big olds, don't you? Either way, let's introduce them really fast before we go into fights this time as well. We have Wing Zero on the Omni Knight, we have Princess playing the Night Stalker, Supercell this time on the Troll Warlock, Durum again on the Dazzle, and the Vengeful Spirit, who was against them in game number 2, is now on Sai, on the hands of Sai here. They are smoking up and they're going into the jungle. They won't find anything because the team you're gonna introduce soon is on the completely eastern side of the map.
Yeah, and east, west. That's
East?
west.
West, yeah, west.
Yeah.
Like, never mind.
On the west side of the map, you will find HEHE, and on the Faceless Void will be VMP GNS. When the offlane position, most likely. Then the supports will in this game will be Nihi's playing that. Actually, I don't know. It's definitely fun playing that Witch Doctor. Maybe Meepo.
This is core. This is core Earthshaker with a.
I think it might be actually. It is HEHE after all, but he is carrying a ward, so I'm gonna call him support for now. Played by Nihis. The Kun will be on the Meepo, maybe a core, and Hua will be the last core on the silencer.
Yeah.
I don't know. The lanes are just really confusing for the guys at HEHE.
I mean, when we talk about efficiency and everything, then Kawaii had, of course, a bad start into the game, spending 100 gold on something you don't find, and of course, Bounty Rune going to the Meepo and the Night Stalker. Again, the 50-50 rune situation here to go into this game, and now finally, come on, show me what's actually happening on this lane, because till this point, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna see. At the moment, we have, well, the Earthshaker, well, he blocked something, that's all he wanted to do, and now he went back to base. He groups up with the Silencer, so it's a farm in Silencer with a Meepo mid and a Utility Void in the offlane. Okay, I mean the Utility Void offlane was my guess, but that the Silencer is actually farming with the Meepo in mid, that's a surprise to me now.
Yeah, it's actually... I was actually not expecting this. It's also... I don't know if it's going to be dual lane in the end. These lanes are just really weird for the guys at HEHE, and weird enough so that Kawaii, they might just catch him by surprise.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, but still it comes down to, like, I mean, it seems like he want to establish like 3 heavily farming lanes, and it seems like they might be successful with it. I mean, if that Meepo gets like high level, like he will be just diving the jungle, that's all fine. The Silencer, of course, the downside of a Silencer in a farming role is that of course he needs some stacks to actually do some right clicks, but besides his right clicks, of course the entire utility of Last Word, that's one silence, global silence, and of course the mana burn and everything is coming up, that's definitely nice. And as for the Void is also just interested into the levels, like he needs his level 6 so they can work around the Chronosphere. I definitely like HEHE's draft, I have to say it, like I definitely like this draft, it's looking goddamn good. But oh, in the mid, do we have a go? There's a nice Fisher here blocking the retreat for the Night Stalker, but there is the Shallow Crave buying enough time, and that's easy. But well, they bait out finally a spell out of the Dazzle, and the Night Stalker, of course, bad news for him. However, there's a bottle coming, so he won't mind too much.
I mean, the Shadow Grave level 1, though, does make the Dazzle just not aggressive at all on the early levels until he can get level 2. So, that's actually quite a good bait out, to be honest. And now he's going to find Fun, but can't do much about it. Fun is just going to deny that Bounty Rune. Really annoying. Poor guy.
Yep, poor guy. And the other rune actually goes to the Meepo. His bottle was already up, and, well, he got an Illusion rune, so now he has to deal with 4 Meepos, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be really annoying. Do you think Amiibo can win the fight against? Actually, we're going to see it now.
Yeah, we might actually see it here. I mean, Shallow Crave is not available, so this is our first blood here, unless he interrupts his last right click, which he did. That was a bit mismicro coming out. I think maybe the illusion wasn't even enough to finish him off, but I don't know if you saw it, but the illusion actually stopped the right click animation. That was kind of bad. Kind of mismicro coming out by this Meepo, and of course this is not just like any mismicro, any mistake. We are talking about the first blood here, so it really hurts.
That's entirely true, actually. The fact that they missed this, and I don't know, Dazzle had to rotate. We also see the fact that Dazzle had to now is saving his second skill point just to make sure that he can go full on aggressive if needed. I don't know, the first level was unacquired, but it's true that the Night Stalker is having a hard time in this lane, and he is fighting a Meepo, which I don't think should win this lane well. I think it's not this much.
Well, I mean, as a Night Stalker you can't really do anything, like, because like against one poof, sure, you can do something, but like then, like with the net and everything, you're kind of screwed. Like he's interrupting like the poofs to like do something against the farm of the Meepo, but at the moment Meepo is just controlling the lane, and with the Earthshaker not too far away, of course that's a position where you don't want to be. We have a bit ring around the rosy here top. Supercell versus the Faceless Void. Oh, actually the Faceless Void is not dodging the axes, so now he's dealing with the mischance here. He actually has to deal with it right now, using that time lapse just to get the hell out of there, but he could have handled this one a bit better. Dodging the axes and then going for a man fight might have been interesting. Either way, we are 4 minutes in. The first one was missed by a small mistake. How is the Silencer doing? That's the question mark now. He's 22-3. In comparison, the Omni Knight is 5-2, and of course he's getting spammed the hell all the time. That's of course really bad news. In the mid, Princess, it's the first night time, so he's speedy as hell, of course, with 2 points already into it, but it's not like he can do anything right now.
Yeah, I was going to have a point in the silence, so he's going to have a hard time even getting one of the Meepos or anything of the sort. So, I mean, this is the reason why that started kind of stopped getting picked, because once you get to the 4-minute night, it's actually not that impressive. He doesn't have enough levels to actually do that much. But, Maybe he can go down bottom and go on the silencer. I think it's a possibility, but
Yep.
they will know he's there.
But you know the good thing about this, that's why I said like they have like a free lane farming sort of strategy, and it works out because the silencer is getting levels. With this creep wave, he's gonna end up being level 6, where actually a smoking is hitting right now, so maybe even they prevent that. But top also, the Faceless Void is level 6 in 2 creep waves. Oh, never mind, they found the silencer. This is our guaranteed first blood. There was nothing you can do wrong there. Finally, of course, the heal of the Omni Knight also dishing out the damage for the first blood. But yeah, it's still not changing the fact that the silencer will be, once he TP's back, level 6, and from there on, the whole execution part that's so scary for HEHE can start.
Yeah, that's actually quite great. That kill was actually really important because now they kind of stopped the guys at HEHE slightly from farming, the free farming they were having. Void, however, still doing decently up top. He's having not the best of times though against his troll, and now they're gonna go on Hua one more time. They're gonna use the magic missile first and use the minus armor. Oh, they probably gonna bring him down. Legion are too powerful. That's a dead silencer.
That's of course
2
bad
kills.
news. He just TP'd
like a
back, and the Witch Dog just not in range to actually do something against it with the casket. But well, there's one thing that's actually happening here. The Meepo is absolutely amazing in stacking. This is a quintuple stack. This is a quintuple stack. In the mid, however, oh, we have a little go here on the Earthshaker. He's trying to get it with a small stum. He still has a fissure, but the fissure is actually not blocking him right there. He doesn't go for the second one, and the Night Stalker is finishing it off. And now we have really bad news because the Meepo trying to fight against the Vengeful Spirit, finding the kill here. Never mind that. The Shallow Grave is preventing that, and the Meepo is going down. Well, there's a casket bouncing forth and back, so at least the Witch Dog is getting revenge, but he's being slowed now. Just one bash by the Troll Warlord, and we have really, really bad news for this poor Witch Dog. So where are the bashes? Nice fissure here, blocking them off, and now the Dazzle is somehow in an awkward position, but well, the mini stun doesn't come through by Nihis, and in the end the Repel also not getting the last word damage here. Well, some nice axes whirling around, not even doing damage, but well, this is really bad news. Another fissure coming, but the heal on the Night Stalker finishing also the Earthshaker. This is so bad news, especially when the Global Silence was missing. I mean, we have a Chronosphere already, but he was just too slow in rotating in there, and all this was happening while the Meepo was trying to get his farm up. So this is bad news. 5 kills, farm interrupted. He might have drafted good, but the early game goes again to Kawaii here.
Yeah, and this stack, I don't know, when they saw his stack, it's just still impressing me. And they should be able to clear quite easily with a troll and Omni Knight, and that would be a lot of gold, or for either of them, a lot of EXP as well. So
yeah,
if the
I
Meepo's
actually
not,
thought they're gonna take it on the way out.
yeah, it's kind of weird that they haven't actually, to be honest. If the Meepo takes it, that's gonna be quite a huge mistake on Kawaii's part. But now they see Fun, and Sai is in a weird position. I'm gonna stun Fun, but gonna leave afterwards.
Yeah, that's pretty
after
much
using
it.
last word.
I don't know what that was. That was kind of like, yeah, hi. That's pretty
Is
much
Meepo
it.
stacking it again? Oh my god.
Jesus
not gonna
Christ.
manage.
No, it's not gonna be successful. Quintuple is, I mean, I've never seen anything higher than quintuple stack, and that's just fine anyway. Like, he can easily farm this away. Look at it, poof, 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 and he's just waiting for the next poof, and that's pretty much the end of this stack. The farm on the Meepo definitely going to be insane. And let's see what else we got here. Swapping to net worth. Actually, oh, the Night Stalker coming for a good timing here. He kills the Meepo while he was busy on the stack. Now we have a Chronosphere up on him, but nothing else is coming with the double damage. He can just go for it. There's still a fissure, blocking it off, time lapse out, but also in the backlines we have a go on the silencer. Global Silence not being used. He somehow still survives. I don't know how. There's the last right click, and they're gonna dive this. They're definitely gonna dive this. Or are they? There's the TP attempt, and I don't know why they hesitated. I don't really know why they hesitated. They went for it, and oh my god, Meepo TPing in the mid, being instantly silenced. He gets the one pull through, but the problem is with that earn charge or the last right click. Never mind that. One right click of that troll plus a earn charge. That was just enough. But wow, HEHE losing right and left everything, and now they're even gonna clean up what's left of the residual stack.
It's just that Night Stalker just proving to be so very powerful. And I mean, Meepo did get that stack, but I don't know, like if he gets getting killed in this kind of instance, he's not going to be able to do much. He's only got a point boost from his Aghanim, so it wasn't actually that much. Didn't give him a lot of levels, but Meepo kind of relies on getting a lot of kills early on. If he doesn't do that, he can't really snowball.
Yep.
So
It looked
Kawhi's
so
doing a really good
good.
job.
I mean, the start looked so good, but as soon as they ganked the silencer from there and it went downhill and like all these fights, I mean, we're not just talking about like a small disadvantage or so. We're talking about Kawaii at the moment owning the Radiant jungle, and look at this. They want more, and these are easy targets, absolutely easy targets. Slowing the silencer, and there we go. Repel on him, and there's nothing they can do. Even he can't even use his ultimate, but a beautiful fissure here. However, swap in ranged, and that might be enough. Caskets already flew out, and of course the Omni's just healing. Nobody died this day, but you see how easy it can be done if they really want it. So Silencer has to go back to the base. He doesn't have a single stack, as they didn't find a single kill yet where he stuck around. Some dewarding going on in the jungle. They want to reconquer their own jungle, but I mean, that's how bad it is already. I mean, 10 minutes in and you have to reclaim your own jungle.
Yeah, that's. I agree. It's a really bad position to be in, especially now.
Oh.
Actually, now that
Look in the mid. Maybe there's a wrench, but the Troll Warlord already popping his ultimate. The Casket's still flying around, but just not enough damage. Oh, however, there's the Chronosphere finally coming out. It should be enough on that kill, but do they follow up on anything? I don't think they have the resources for it, and they go instantly back. I mean, at this point of the game, being happy about one kill is absolutely no shame about it.
I mean, they use a Chrono, but it was a troll kill on top of everything, so it's actually really important. The Void, though, does not deal any damage. He really needs his Mask of Madness to start being effective. And he's going to go for, wow, bracers. Interesting. Drums, perhaps?
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, we have to say one thing. I mean, sure, you just said like, yeah, the Void needs damage and everything, but this Void was never planned to be like a crazy damage dealer. This Void was just meant to be like the utility Void, setting up the Chronosphere for example, the Witch Dog. But at the moment, the Witch Dog, he still needs half a level to get that level 6 for the combination. But this is what keeps me so optimistic still about this game. Kawaii might have a good start, but this Chronosphere, Silence, Death Ward combination, it's still there. I mean, remember, we are 12 minutes into the game, we haven't seen a single Global Silence yet, and of course the Meepo is also something that can snowball farm instantly, but now, oh, Witch Dog might be found by Sai. Never mind that. He's coming up with the retreat, and he's putting directly Observer Ward under a sentry. Ouch.
Yeah. Well, like you said, that Wombo combo could actually manage to win in the game, but I don't know, it's relying on a lot though, a lot of like stars to align and whatnot. So Kawaii also have good ways to counter that with the Repel, the Guardian Angel, whatnot. Especially if Omni Knight is going for the Aghanim as he is. I don't know. Best maybe Manta style later for Omni Knight. Like they have ways to counter that combo, and right now HeHe needs to get at least a pick off or two, not rely solely on this amazing team fight they will have in the future.
Yep, absolutely. And now let's see. The problem is that this Meepo, like, he might start to split push here a tiny bit, but he's very susceptible to any gank. Like, just get the Night Stalker somewhere there in range, and then anything that can follow up. Like, unless the Meepo is turning around and making it like a good fight, it's definitely bad news for him, because he can't just poof out with everything. That's why I love this Night Stalker. However, oh my god, the Silencer is trying to find some farm, but instead he finds death and misery. There's the heal on the Vengeful Spirit, just parking his body next to it. Well, the neutrals are trying to help HeHe at the moment with a nice little Shock Blast, but that's it. Now, oh, a little duel. Supercell versus the Meepo, but he's just poofing out. Instead, there comes the Revenge Squad. We have a Death Ward now. No, still not available. Never mind.
Yeah.
I really was like, okay, Witch Dog by now, he probably has it, but oh, there's a nice Casket holding them in place here. The Axis not hitting anything, never mind. The Faces Void coming too early in. There's the heal, and look at it. He even has to go back. One more right click, two more right clicks actually. That's it. Well, that was a horrible engagement. I mean, jumping into the Axis, having the missed chances and everything, that was so awkward. But oh, let's see in the mid. There's a go on the Dazzle, but he didn't bait out anything yet, and look at it. Just look at it, 2 creeps and a Night Stalker just obliterating that Meepo. I don't know what HeHe is trying here, but this solo attempt, it just doesn't work out. Casket flying out as well as the Fissure, but what's happening here? The tower's still going down, it was a deny however. But yeah, Kawaii, it seems like they don't really care. They don't care, they just push on 2 lanes at the moment and nobody can stop them.
Yeah, I mean, that deny is actually kind of good for HeHe because it does deny some gold, but it's just the amazing pressure they can start putting on now, going on Hua really easily. Just a couple last hits, how to do the trick, but Hua's going to try to TP away. Is he going to be able to? Yeah, Witch Doctor stuns. enough to let Watt TP away.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see there, like, it's the dominance, like the map control you can have when you take that mid tower down, which is huge. And for a Night Stalker, that's like, you know, godlike. He already has that Crimson Guard as well, which is huge against the Meepo. So I don't know, it's gonna be quite hard for the guys at HEHE to counter this right now, especially if Kawaii starts being really aggressive.
Yep. But to be honest, what I see right now is all deja vu for me. This is game number 2, the Troll being strong already, having tons of studs, having the Helm of Dominator. This time he didn't even take anything, because who needs, for example, a Wolf if you have a Vengeful Spirit right next to you? I mean, there is no point in the Vengeance Aura, but I mean, well, still helping with the minus armor, that's the whole point of her being there. Either way, this Troll, nobody can stop him at the moment. You saw the Meepo already tried it once and he had to pay almost with his life for it. The Night Stalker can stop anyone at the moment, and talking about tankiness, Jesus Christ. I mean, having to earn strength PTs, and he has done a completed Crimson Guard and the Omni Knight in the background to heal him, to have Guardian Angel, and to have a Repel. Like, this is just bad news. Who's supposed to kill him?
I don't know, because I don't think the Meepo, especially now, he finishes Agonist. Maybe he now has the power to be able to poof him to death, but I think even so, you can't. He's going for Armlet as well, which is going to make him even more tanky.
Oh,
now they're
look at mid. There's the Knight. Oh, even time-lapse out, and he wants to just dive with the Repel. Who cares? Right clicks on him, but, well, a Chronosphere just being used still. Death Ward not even used there. The Fissure completely off target. In the end, well, it was a gank that is not successful, but look at bottom. What we have there. A Troll Warlord just going for the tier 2 towers. Ham on the tier 2 tower. Well, the Meepo is doing pretty much the same on the tier 1, but we are talking about tier 2s on the siege, while the Meepo is trying to get sort of a consolidation price. That's pretty much it. Consolation price, sorry. Not consolidation. Jesus. Jesus. But look at the Meepo. Now it's the Night Stalker dodging some nets, but he's silencing one. That's what I've been talking about, and you can't really do anything. You just have to do some nice micro, blocking him and poofing away. Is there another silence? If he poofs out with this one, he can be interrupted, and now he's coming back with an entire little army of Meepos, kiting him around. Some more nets are required, and then all the hits. It should be a nice turnaround, and look at the experience popping now once he gets that kill. Oh, never mind. The kill is not happening. Swap out directly after the heal, and now Meepo get the hell away. But there's the magic missile. Jesus Christ, that was an amazing fight. I wanted to give credit to the Meepo, but it's not happening. The bash. Ouch. Wait, that was not even a bash. What is what interrupt? Oh, it was the mini stun. Never mind that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that looked like a bash for a second, but it was just the mini stun of the Night Stalker interrupting the last poof. It was so on the edge, the timing. Yeah. But yeah. It's a sad story.
By the way, Troll?
Oh, look at that Troll. Oh, the bashes are real. Like, before they even can cast a Fissure or anything, nothing's happening. To be honest, the timing of Nihis here and Fun being kinda off, and the Troll, he wants to go for more. Hell, I have Aegis, I have Haste, let's just go for it. Range or melee, I don't care. Mini stun is not gonna land, and Supercell, oh, a little miss micro there, when you cannot, if you want to call this micro, but however, the Dazzle is dying in the meantime. That's finally a guaranteed kill. There's nothing they can do against this one. The question is there something more to follow up? I mean, I actually thought Supercell is gonna suicide here under the tower, but oh, what's happening here? Omni Knight healing up the Meepo, getting some damage in there, but it's just not mention worthy. The Troll Warlord, he's probably gonna get bursted down here. Oh, never mind that. It's just the Aegis, and the Night Stalker still full HP. Look at this. He's just not dying. He's just not dying. Instead, the Troll is going ham on the Meepo. He's the first victim of this latest fight. And now, what is the Earthshaker supposed to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In the meantime, well, Trolloc just escapes from the Night Stalker because there was no silence available. But this is a disaster.
Yeah. Do you think there's gonna be racks? I mean, it could if they want to.
I don't think it's Rax. Kawaii play way too safe and
yeah,
way too experienced. Like, they're just gonna take the stack here of that was, I guess, supposedly a stack for either the Void or the Meepo, and they're gonna just settle for the last tier 2 tower. I mean, we have to look at the gold craft simply for the fact that it's, again, such a crazy advantage of like 12k. And now it feels like, I mean, this game 1, it was an amazing, even game with a nice turnaround by HEHE. But after game 2 and now game 3, this really feels just like a little slip by Kawaii, because in game 2 and 3 they definitely showed that they are the better team. But well, we don't want to finish this game quite yet. He showed us once they come back on a game like this, but well, it's definitely looking dire right now.
Now they're actually gonna go swap on the Earthshaker, and that's a dead Earthshaker and a tower.
What is he doing there anyway? I didn't understand why he stood still while the entire team is like retreating. So, I mean, it's more or less just a bonus kill. At the moment, the experience difference is so high that like Kawaii doesn't really care about hero kills anymore. It's really just more or less a bigger creep that comes your way, and it really felt that way. Maybe he was hoping for a swap and an Acro Slam or something, which sometimes happens. Vengeful Spirits like killing their own team. But either way, you were asking for Rex, you're gonna get it. And he's just ended up again dying there. Sent back to the fountain right away. I don't know what the whole cause was, but where is it? Come on, there's a Guardian Angel. It didn't hit everyone, but there's a Death Ward, but just 1,000 years too late. That's the biggest problem. And well, Faces Void, everybody has to retreat. The Meepo already down, and Nies just calls it after the second time he died. I mean, wow, I'm actually baffled, because they make it look like the combination was like some sort of rocket science, but I mean, they just didn't get it through.
It's just relying on a wombo combo. Just never works, man. I've seen far too many matches that they try doing that. And
well, they pause here, but let's just talk about it for another minute. I mean, congrats to Kawaii, but I'm really disappointed about like how this game went off, because like once they reached level 6, sure they were behind and everything, but like I mean, Chronosphere and Death Ward at the same time and everything. You should think that would be possible, especially this Chronosphere was not bad, you know. This was actually a good Chronosphere. But it just didn't work out. They didn't get that combination. They were protected by a silence. The Death Ward could have done a good job, but we never ever seen this combination in 20 minutes of a game. So I'm kind of disappointed from an action point of view.
Oh well, really good, well played by Kawaii. Really good job shutting down the Witch Doctor and actually preventing that combination from happening. And congrats for the win.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to say, because this was really a not very spectacular game, 20 minutes, and that's also for us here on HeflaTV 2. However, on HeflaTV 1, there's still the Start of the Pro Series going on for all those who don't want to swap to IC casts of D2L. I know there are some people out there who don't enjoy it, including me. But either way, guys, my name is HeflaMo. Casting with me, or today, was Mr. DS Swordfish. You can find him under the same name on Twitter, I think, and of course for me it's also at HeflaMo. And that's pretty much it. So I wish you a nice evening with some more Dota. And that's pretty much it. Last words?
Nothing. Thank you for having me. Goodbye, guys.
Nothing. Okay, then we go into the waiting screen of nothingness. See ya, guys.